Tupac Amaru Shakur, known as Tupac by his stage name, was born to members of the Black Panther community. Tupac was an actor and highly influential rapper considered to be quote, greatest of all time, unquote, due to the revolutionary spirit and thug passion he mixed into his music. His album Me Against the World hit number one on Billboard 200 and received a Grammy nomination, all while he sat in prison. He then later was shot and killed in 1996. He has sold over 75 million albums worldwide, making him one of the best. He was also considered a great poet. Today, the song that I will be analyzing is named Changes. Changes is a song full of truth to date, speaking on race, class, and politics. Here in the highlighted part of verse 1, some interesting diction word choice that I see is even worse, because the situation that was already considered bad was made even worse because of the simple fact of the color of the skin. Some more diction that I see is when he uses kill and hero in the same sentence. Kill is a known horrible thing, yet here it is being compared to a hero, as in saying the cop who killed is considered a hero because of the simple fact he killed a member of the black community because the black community is often targeted. If we take a moment to analyze the whole first half of the first verse, when Tupac says, "My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch," many may think it's figuratively speaking, but it's not. Tupac here is trying to say that sometimes it's a means of survival. He also mentions racism and discrimination and talks about the crack epidemic of the 80s and the 90s and the Iran-Contra affair. So all of these were very insightful, and it's only the first half of the first verse. Here in the second half of the first verse, some interesting diction I found was when he used quotes of what the founder of the Black Panther activist community said. I think it was very interesting because it made an impactful statement, which Huye was later ended up dead and perceived as a thug, even though he was an activist. We also see some interesting word choice when he uses brother, not referring to by blood or by same community, but instead to all humans, calling all humans. Then he uses devil, not referring to the devil, but to the crooked whites, white devils. Even though the chorus seems not important and repetitive, in this case I think it is, because Tupac took "that's just the way it is, some things will never change" from Bruce. Bruce had a hopeful thought as in change will come. However, Tupac changed it to things will never be the same, implying that things were better before, even though that's not true. Not for the black community, they were never better. The actual meaning is things is people. The people will never be the same. The people will never be equal. Here in the second part of the second verse, he says, "Heaven sent." Heaven sent, as in meaning the perfect match it was meant to be. It's perfect, the dream fit. But then he says right after, "We ain't ready," contradicting the previous "heaven sent," as in saying it's not the right match. Although it's heaven sent, the people are not ready. And what he's saying is that people are not ready for a black president. And he was right. You may be wondering why I said Tupac was right, and it was because he mostly was. Were we really ready for Obama in 2008? No. In fact, as soon as the results were announced in 2008, outcry ensued all over the United States, primarily in the South. People believed he got some special kind of privilege and was elected because he was black. No one was ready for the fact that he was a perfect candidate, and although most of us know it was true and a good fit, some ignorant people were still not ready, and Tupac got that right. I am aware that I went through a couple lyrics, not a couple, it seems like a lot, but this song has many more lyrics, and to analyze them all would be so much fun, but also would take a really long time. So I encourage you to listen to the song Changes and really put some thought into what Tupac is saying and his message. As for my theme, it was really hard to choose when I originally was going to choose growing up in America. But then I realized that growing up black in America made more sense because throughout the whole song, Tupac speaks on issues the black community faces on a daily. I am aware not only the black community, but how much worse it is for them because of the simple fact the color of their skin. And it's such a huge issue because this song was written in 1993 and we're still facing